Has officially accepted the Democratic Party nomination for the White House. Addressing supporters on the last day of the virtual convention, Biden painted a vision of positivity to escape from what he termed the season of darkness. He pledged to bridge the country's political and racial divisions in ways the current president had not, to create jobs and to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Donald Trump's Republican Party holds its convention next week. Well, our reporter Colin Campbell has been monitoring the Democratic convention from Washington, D.C.
And even tonight, we could say it wasn't even in a normal way. Usually when we hear the candidates speak at conventions, there's usually a raucous audience listening to that candidate, drawing attention to almost every word or every punchline that that candidate gives. But instead, amid COVID-19, we saw a candidate speak to the camera in pretty much an empty room without that applause, without that audience. But still, what the former vice president wanted to paint a picture of was a nation in healing. He wanted to play a comforter in chief. And that is the big takeaway from his speech after he accepted the nomination.
Here and now, I give you my word. If you entrust me with the presidency, I will draw on the best of us, not the worst. I'll be an ally of the light, not the darkness. It's time for us, for we the people, to come together. And make no mistake, united we can and will overcome this season of darkness in America.
Now, Colin, convention speeches, especially on the last night, usually avoid sharp criticism. But this year we've heard prominent Democrats laying into Donald Trump. Was Joe Biden any exception here? What did he have to say about the current U.S. president?
Well, I think he tried to paint a different picture, almost the antithetical picture to the current president right now. But it was important for the former vice president and the Democratic nominee for president to paint an appropriate tone, because he didn't want to sound overly negative, because that is how he was depicting the current president, where the current president is often seen by Democrats as being very divisive and someone who is an antagonist to some of the open wounds that occur here in the United States. What the former vice president was trying to do was trying to make himself as a more family guy, a softer guy, a person who was more empathetic to some of the socioeconomic and political issues that occur in this country.
Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect us. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. If he's given 4 more years, he'll be what he's been for the last 4 years. A president who takes no responsibility, refuses to lead, blames others, cozies up to dictators, and fans the flames of hate and division. He'll wake up every day believing the job is all about him, never about you. Is that the American you want?